Good morning, Andy Tuttle here with the Tuttle Group at Fairway with another weekly market update. This for December 4th through 8th, a week that just passed. I hope you are having a good morning, and I know you got a lot to prepare for still, I'm sure, for the holidays. I know my family does, and so I'll make this brief, but I want to give you an update. Remember, we do this every week just so you know what's going on in the market, how that impacts interest rates, and how that affects you when you're looking out there to buy or sell a home. So a lot happened this week. The main thing was the jobs report numbers came out on Friday. It was a good report overall, and unemployment stayed at 4.1%. We had 57,000 new jobs, and the labor force grew by 156,000. That's just because of people falling off the report and how they do all the calculations on that. I have a couple of other videos specifically dissecting how they do the jobs report in a couple months past if you want to go back. But for this week, the jobs report, although it was strong, bonds still stayed above some technical support, which is good going forward. Now, next year, there's a lot of predictions that unemployment will go under 4%, and then you've got to think, when are employers going to have to really competing with a tight labor market where there's not a lot of unemployment, and that may pressure inflation, and that's not good for bonds. But for now, we're in good shape. So let's take a look at the charts and see where we're at. So if you go here, remember this is a mortgage-backed security chart. It's a price chart, so the lower the price, the higher the rate. The higher the price, the lower the rate. And this line right here is what we've talked about before. This blue line, you see this trend line, is a 200-day moving average. So we were able to barely yesterday stay above, right at that 200-day moving average. So we've got a little support right here. We're in a tight squeeze, but we're in a good, cautiously floating stance. Technically, we had a good rally this week in the market. Some of that was some of the sad things happening in LA with the fires, and some of a flight to quality that happens when any kind of global incident happens that moves into a flight to quality. And so some of that's happened here, and then we just had some good movement in the bond market and help us get above this level. So that's good for you if you've been shopping for a home the last couple of weeks. You are in a slightly improved interest rate environment. So let's say what's going to happen next week and see how that's going to affect you. Here's the economic calendar for next week. We've got a couple of reports Monday and Tuesday, but the big news day is obviously going to be Wednesday. It's when the Fed makes their interest rate decision. Now remember, if you've been watching these videos, that is not the mortgage interest rate. If they raise the Fed funds rate, that does not mean the mortgage interest rates are going up a quarter a point. Now it might mean that, but it's not a direct relation. In fact, 90% of the time over the last 15 moves the Fed has made, they make a move in one direction, interest rates go in the opposite direction short term. So we'll have to see how the week plays out and what the predictions are Monday and Tuesday to see how the actual interest rate decision affects what's going to happen. If they're going to raise it, this would be the time to do it. We've got a new Fed president in there, so it's a little bit of there's a little bit of a change. And a little bit messes up predictions a little bit as to what they're going to do. But if they're going to change it, now will be the time to do it. They've got the jobs report to support a rate hike. And so we'll keep you posted as to what that happens, but we're in a cautiously floating stance for now. Go out there, make those offers on the home. This is the great time to do it this weekend. You may still have a chance to get it in for a quick closing before the end of the year for tax season. So call us if you got questions. We're here to help. Happy hunting out there. Thanks so much for your trust, and we'll talk to you soon.